Oh. Just impressive. Really impressive. Okay, so you're 12 and 0, right? 12 and 0. Clinch on Friday. This Friday, if you win. At home. What's the time? 3:50. Good stuff.
Asking you to
okay, yeah. Do you have your email? Can they read it?
Good evening. Tonight I'd like to ask Eisenhower High School ASB President and DSAC student Jana Wilson lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance, please.
Place your right hand over your heart. Ready, begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, President Montes.
Thank you. And, next, we have a report out of closed session.
Thank you, President Montes. In closed session, the Board of Education denied the request for an extension of a leave of absence for classified employee number 1688425. The roll call board was 5-0. That's all. Thank you.
Next, we need to adjourn closed session. Do we have a motion to adjourn closed session?
So moved.
Second.
Thank you, Ms. Walker, and thank you, Mr. Martinez.
Time?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Time is 7:14. Open session's reconvened. Can I get a motion to adopt tonight's agenda, please?
So moved.
Second.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Preferential vote by student board member?
Aye.
Thank you. Next, we go on to item B, presentations. First, we will go ahead and start with our high school district student advisory committee presentation. Please take it away, Mrs. Angulo.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. Our first presenter is Janae Wilson from Eisenhower High School.
Good evening, honorable board members, interim superintendent Mr. Islam, and viewing audience. I'm Janae Wilson, ASB president at Eisenhower High School. At Eisenhower High School, we have been in constant support of all of our spring sports. In fact, our baseball team rallied in a victory yesterday against Citrus Valley. Next week, we will be celebrating our senior athletes as they play their last games as Eagles at their senior nights. Our prom, which was held April 25th, turned out beautifully, and over 400 students were in attendance. And it was honestly to be a night that will be remembered by 2015. Upcoming this month, we have began planning different events for the entire school so that they will be able to enjoy every moment at Eisenhower as we close another school year and say goodbye to the class of 2015. Thank you for your time.
Our next presenter is Karen Bustamante from Carter High School.
Good evening, honorable board members, interim superintendent Mr. Islam, and viewing audience. My name is Karen Bustamante, and I'm the student representative for Carter High School. Wow, April was an amazing month, and before we move on to May, I would like to share a short recap of special events that went on at Carter. Our theater department hosted a private viewing for Morgan Elementary, and over 600 students attended on April 25th. The following day, we held our first literacy festival, in which ran junction with the play. We had booths and from face painting to puppet shows for all ages. The next event we had that could not be overlooked was Every 15 Minutes. Every 15 Minutes is an anti-drinking and driving program that teaches students not to drink and drive, as an accident could occur to anyone. The Rialto Police Department and Emergency Services helped with the entire program to make this experience very realistic. It was a very impactful and successful event, and one of our teachers said that it was the best one he's seen in 20 years. Finally, May is here. May is an incredible month. Here are some of our events coming up. AP testing has started and SBAC is continuing. We are wishing all test takers best of luck. Next, we would like to recognize student achievements. Congratulations to our 5 district art fair winners: Michelle Villarreal, Jessica Lopez, Natalie Aranda, Esmeralda Graziano, and Alexander Alvarado. Another congratulations to our county ROP winner, Ashley Lopez, which was honored for the Distinguished Student Award for Education, Child Development, and Family Services. Good job, Ashley. And also we had our first ever RIMS Avid Scholarship winner. Only 26 awards are given out in the entire Inland Empire, and one of them is being given to Sabrina Cordero. Congrats, Sabrina. Our VAPA program has events coming up, and we would love to invite you to come out. We had an amazing guitar show yesterday as our fellow guitarists shredded it on stage. Our improv team, the Lion Kings of Comedy, will be having their last improv show May 7th at 7 p.m. sharp, and I promise you, you will be sure to laugh. And lastly is our choir. They will be having their choral pop show on May 21st at 7 p.m. Some school-wide events happening in May are Artistic License on May 22nd during periods 1st and 6th. This is where we get to see the artistic side of Carter High. The last pep rally of the year will be May 15th. We're bringing back the 90s. And we can't forget about our upcoming freshmen. We'll be welcoming all of our new Lion Cubs on May 28th at their freshman orientation. Carter High spirit will be in full effect. And last but not least, our seniors will be spending some of their last days on our high school campuses. Senior Awards Night is next Tuesday, May 12th, representing all seniors graduating with a 3.0 and higher. Prom will be this Saturday in Long Beach at the Reef. The theme is Escape to India, and we have a lot in store for the night. ASB will be holding our first ever senior carnival. It will be held May 22nd, and there will be lots of games and food for all of our seniors. Senior Sunset will be held in the Lion's Den on May 28th, and Grad Night is May 29th at Six Flags Magic Mountain. So much for us seniors, but such little time. Can you believe graduation is June 7th? I can't. And lastly, I would like to recognize our 2015 valedictorian and salutatorian. These twin seniors have worked very hard and well-deserving. Congratulations to Erin Aranda, our valedictorian, and Natalie Aranda for our salutatorian. Thank you for listening.
Our final speaker is Edward Ortiz from Rialto High School.
Good evening, Honorable Board of Education, Interim Superintendent Mr. Islam, and viewing audience. My name is Edward Ortiz, and I'm the proud ASB Ambassador and ESAC representative from Rialto High School. This past Saturday, Rialto High held its prom, which was themed Gratian Gardens. The event was a huge success, and even though I wasn't able to attend, I still enjoyed seeing the many Instagram and Twitter posts that many of our students uploaded that night. With prom having just passed, that leaves grad night and graduation as the remaining activities for our seniors this year. In just less than a month, the graduating class of 2015 will take their first steps into the real world. Good luck, Knights. As we say goodbye to one senior class, we welcome another. Just 5 days after the seniors' last day of school, the class of 2016 will host our very first annual senior kickoff. At this event, we will inform our upcoming senior class about the various activities taking place next school year. Unfortunately, this is my last board meeting speech this school year. However, because I am a junior, I may be back again next school year to continue bringing you all the latest in the home. I would like to also personally thank the Board of Education and Ms. Saida Joffrey for allowing me the opportunity to represent my school. Thank you all for your time and support this school year. Have a safe drive home and have a good night. Thank you.
This would conclude our DSAC presentation. Thank you.
Thank you, Marisol. Before we go on to the next presentation, I just would like to recognize a couple dignitaries we have here tonight. From Mrs. Cheryl Brown's office, we have Daniel, is it Enns? Yes. Welcome here tonight. Thank you for being here. And then, of course, we have our very own Rialto High School teacher who's also a city council member here for the city of Rialto, Joe Baca Jr. Thank you guys for being here tonight. Next, we go on to presentations. Item 2, writs recognition from Assemblymember Cheryl Brown.
Good evening, board. Good evening, interim superintendent. My name is Daniel Enns, here on behalf of Assemblymember Cheryl Brown. 11 years ago, much like many of the school districts across the state, the Rialto Unified School District was hit with extreme budget cuts, targeting its district fine arts program. Rialto Unified School District, rather than complain, decided to start putting on the Ritz Fine Arts Gala. This gala fundraiser is organized by a committee of hardworking volunteers whose love for students and passion for the fine arts has sustained the Ritz as the best and largest and most successful student gala in both Riverside and San Bernardino County schools. Assemblymember Brown was she was one of the first persons to attend this gala as Saida Joffrey, in her feisty way, invited Miss Brown and had her come unrelentingly. Once Assemblymember Brown arrived there, she was happy to see that the community came out to support the event. There was teachers, classified staff, community leaders, other elected officials. It was basically a who's who of the community that supported Rialto students. The press was also present and favorable to the event. When Assemblymember Brown attended the Ritz at Carter High School, it was simply magnificent. The decor, the ritzy silent auction baskets, the flawless student entertainment, the entire aura of the theater at Carter High School, it all exuded class. Putting on the Ritz has been recognized by the state. It has also been recognized by San Bernardino County's Medal of Honor Awards in 2013. Because of this successful gala and the way that the school board here has supported and the community has supported the gala, Ms. Brown felt that it was something that she needed to also recognize. After raising more than $400,000 for the classrooms, teachers, and students, and giving teachers grants for uniforms, fine arts, instruments, field trips, murals, hundreds of related fine arts needs, and other classroom needs, I guess you could say. It is Ms. Brown's pleasure to honor the 14-member gala committee, who has made a successful and tremendous 2015 event as well. Thank you for the thousands of children's lives you have touched, the parents you have made proud, teachers you have financially helped, and for giving selflessly so our students can fulfill their passion through the arts. Ritz is the district's best success story and makes the board, the superintendent, the administration, the teachers, support staff, and the education community of Rialto shine because the goal is the same: help our students. The gala members, you are deeply valued and appreciated. And when I call your name, can you please come up and receive your certificate?
And Daniel, if Mr. Ayala could just join you, sure. We're also going to be presenting on behalf of the district.
Linda Silva.
I believe hers is in there also.
Peggy Wheeler. Ricardo Carlos. Rita Carruthers.
Tear up the house, Ricardo.
Nadia Castellana. Yeah. She's not here. Sarah Garcia. Derek Harris. Saida Joffrey. Nancy Mann. Judy Roberts.
Handshake after all.
Armando Ortega. Cindy Stone. Lazario Cerna.
The Garcia cheerleaders.
Sherlyn Scott. Lana Kosh. Russ Silva. And with that, concludes my presentation.
Many of the names will be duplicated tonight. However, for those of you not familiar with putting on the Ritz, which I doubt there's anybody in the room who's not familiar with it, but just for the record, it is a program that was designed to highlight and showcase our talent, our kids here in Rialto. And not only was it to showcase our kids, but it was also to raise some funds so money could be used in the classrooms for student needs. And when you have people that are standing here tonight without these individuals, these activities, these extracurricular goals, they are just not completed. And so before I even start giving out these names, they deserve another round of applause. Rita Carruthers. Okay. Nadia Castaneda, I heard her name earlier, she's not here. Sara Garcia. Oh, terrific, terrific. Thank you. Derek Harris. We know this lady, Saida Joffrey. Roberts. Sherilyn Scott. Lazaro Cerna. Linda Silva. Cindy Stone. Armando Ortiaga. Peggy Wheeler, she's not here, but we can give it to Linda. Ricardo Carlos. Russ Silva. And last but not least, Lana Kosh. We can't thank these individuals enough because this is just the beginning. Knowing these personalities, they'll be back up here again. Let's give them another round of applause.
So good evening, everyone. We are now in our part of our agenda where we're going to recognize our great teachers. This year, yeah, that's right. Give it up. The Rialto Unified School District is proud to announce its 2014-2015 Teachers of the Year. The nominating process for this award was to ask teachers at their sites to select and send the nomination to the district's personnel department. From there, selected teachers reviewed and analyzed each application based on merit and experience. Then one teacher from each level was chosen. Although all educators who were nominated are winners in the eyes of Rialto Unified School District, tonight we'll honor the 3 Teachers of the Year from each level. And our first honoree, at the elementary school level, the Teacher of the Year is selected as Ms. Sharon Hankey. Got your own crowd, and fan club, pictures, everything. Okay. Miss Sharon Hankey, 3rd grade teacher from Garcia Elementary School. Ms. Hankey taught at RSUSD for 30 fulfilling years. She holds a bachelor's degree from Cal State San Bernardino in child development, also earned her master's degree in reading from Cal State San Bernardino. She first was hired by RUSD in 1985 as an elementary teacher at Kelly Elementary School, where she worked for 9.5 years before transferring to Garcia Elementary School. Ms. Hankey has been teaching at Garcia Elementary for 21 years. Congratulations, Ms. Hankey, for being RSUSD's Teacher of the Year. Give her another big hand. Okay, so for our second winner, this would be on our middle school level. The Teacher of the Year is Ms. Mary Ann Burns from Cole Middle School. Oh, your certificate. There you go. Oh. Thank you for your certificate. Stand right here. Yes. No, just you can stand. You want to stand? Yeah. She's like, it's the end of the year, I'm ready to go. Our middle school teacher is Ms. Mary Ann Burns from Cole Middle School. Ms. Burns has been a teacher at the RAUSD for 9 years. She holds I'm like, everybody got a degree from Cal State. She holds a bachelor's degree from Cal State San Bernardino, where she majored in mathematics, She also has a master's degree in education from Cal State San Bernardino. Ms. Burns was hired as a math teacher at Kolb Middle School in 2006. She teaches 8th grade math at Kolb. Congratulations, Ms. Burns, from earning the district's Teacher of the Year award this year for 2015. And last but certainly not least, what we say is one of the hardest jobs to wrangle up high school students. In our high school level, Mrs. Guadalupe Valero. All right. She is the Teacher of the Year this year, and Ms. Valero has been teaching in the REUSD for 14 years. She holds a bachelor's degree from UC Riverside, majoring in natural science, and her master's degree is earned from Cal State San Bernardino in education. She was hired as a biology teacher at Rialto High School in 2001 and still teaches biology now. Last school year, Ms. Valero was awarded the prestigious State Science Fair Teacher of the Year. So we've got a double award-winning. Congratulations, Ms. Valero. And we want to have a picture with all of our board members. Of the year? Yes, and board members, please, if you all could unite to get the come out. I know, it feels just like yesterday. Hold on, Meredith.
Thank you, Mr. Ayala, and thank you, Ms. Walker. Next, we go on to a special presentation put on today by After School Program proposal presented by Think Together.
Good evening, President Montez, board members, Mr. Islam. Thank you for the opportunity to present this evening. We have before you a hard copy of a lengthier presentation, but we were limited to just 10 minutes for our presentation this evening, so we're just doing the highlights from that presentation. So we want to start with a video of the program.
Dr. Eric Witherspoon, and I am the principal of Lena M. Preston Elementary in Rialto, California.
My name is George Bennett. I am the principal of Dunn Elementary School. I've been working for the Rialto Unified School District for 15 years.
I have been the principal of Preston Elementary School for 9 years. Prior to Think Together, we had a partnership in place that had valiant efforts. However, it did not realize and give us the fruition of the partnership that we wanted as far as the day-to-day coordination of strategies, collaboration. Now we have a situation where our Think Together coordinator is an integral part of our staff. She is someone who constantly works with classroom teachers, grade level departments on shared practices and strategies. So we have an extended day. It's not fragmented in any way. There's continuity of those same shared practices and strategies that students are acclimated to. The after-school program is not foreign in any way. So it's definitely a win-win for us, and it's accelerated our efforts to increase students' academic achievement.
Working with Think Together, they've been able to come in to sit with us, to learn all of the strategies that we have to improve student learning, student behavior, and student engagement. Those strategies not only are taught during your regular school day, but we've revisited every day after school. The Think Together staff has also received all of the training that my staff receives during the course of the day, so that there's a seamless integration between the after-school program and the regular day program.
What we've seen in the last 2 years or more is sustained academic growth and also an increase in academic growth in relationship to English language arts and mathematics.
It was a place where kids were safe and where kids were kept until parents were able to pick them up. There was no academic rigor at that point in time. There was no tie-in between what we were doing in school and what occurred after school. I was happy to have a place where my kids were safe and supported. However, now with the partnership that I have with Think Together, I know that my kids are improving every day after school. Not just having a place where they're safe and protected, but having another strong academic environment for their improvement in all areas.
The Think Together program has definitely been an asset to our ability to communicate with parents and family members and the community at large. And not only just communicate, but to communicate effectively. Again, we have the shared passion and vision, and so when our Think Together staff communicates with families, they're communicating on behalf of the classroom teacher and support staff, but again, it's with that same shared common goal. What separates Think Together from other after-school providers is the cohesiveness of the communication and the collaboration. And really, from my standpoint, it's second to none. It definitely has galvanized our partnership, and it stands as a very effective model which showcases student success with continuity that occurs daily, because success is a shared value and it is brought about with high expectations and underlining with the philosophy that failure is not an option, and that equals success.
Now I'd like to introduce Ms. Sally Martinez, who's our Director of Learning Programs, who will finish the rest of the presentation. Sally.
Good evening, honorable board members, Ms. Walker, Ms. O'Kelly, Mr. Ayala, Mr. Martinez, President Montes, Ms. Marisol, Superintendent Associates, and Interim Superintendent Mr. Islam. My name is Sally Martinez, and I'm the Director of Learning Programs for the Think Together San Bernardino region. Buenas noches, miembros de la comunidad de Rialto. Mi nombre es Sally Martinez y soy la directora de programas de aprendizaje para Think Together. Buenas noches. So the San Bernardino region for Think Together actually partners with 8 different districts and communities. And we're here to share and highlight the accomplishments of our partnership with Rialto Unified School District and the community. One of our highlights is the fact that we have intentionally aligned with the school district. We have a team of curriculum specialists, which include credentialed teachers, that develop curriculum and units of study that site coordinators implement at the site level. These units and curriculum of study hit on 5 curricular spotlight areas that are integrated into all units of study. You will see that mathematics and English language arts transfer through all 5 spotlight areas. In English language arts, we provide students the opportunity to close read and synthesize informational and literary text. In mathematics, we focus on foundational skills, such as making sense of problems and persevere in solving them. Students are given the opportunity to apply these skills in STEM, youth development, and enrichment. Also embedded in the spotlight areas, we have social emotional learning, which promotes a culture of safety within our programs. Students are able to resolve conflict effectively by thinking critically about their decisions and the impact it has on themselves and others. We have English language development, which supports the development of English language and truly supports our English language learners. And we have a focus on Common Core and college and career readiness. And this really hits on the 21st century skills and the habits of mind students need to master in order to achieve success. Think Together also supports district LCAP priorities. Among those priorities are the Common Core implementation, which we really focus on critical thinking, collaboration, communication, and creativity. We provide meaningful parent engagement and involvement opportunities. We provide enrichment, visual, and performing arts. We contribute to the positive climate of the school through PBIS, and we support English language learners. All this with an emphasis on college and career readiness. We have full-time site coordinators that meet with their principals on a consistent basis and collaborate to identify and implement strategies to support students in after school. Each school has its unique population, and site coordinators have access to all the school academic online programs to support them after school hours. Staff receive training from regional and organizational level, as well as participate in district trainings such as TEM, PBIS. Our site coordinators are given professional development to support lesson plan writing, so that they're also able to provide meaningful and effective lesson plans to support the direction of their particular school sites. The key to all these accomplishments has been to hire and develop staff committed to educational excellence and that have a connection to the community. We understand the value and importance of hiring from within the community. We believe in preserving local job opportunities, supporting the local economy, and foster community involvement. As you see on the slide, 100% of Think Together staff working in the Rialto Unified School District live in Rialto, Fontana, San Bernardino, and Colton. Think Together hires staff that is passionate about teaching and mentoring students. They meet all NCLB compliances. They all have associate's degrees and have passed district-approved instructional aid exams. We have a system to ensure that they have passed all clearances so that they're able to work with our students. Our Think Together staff is reflective of the ethnic makeup of the Rialto students, with contributions to strong connections between our staffs and families. Another highlight that we want to share with you is the financial collaboration between Rialto Unified School District and Think Together. The total ACES grant awarded is $2,711,287, with 5% going to Rialto Unified indirect costs. Think Together is contracted to provide services at $2,575,723. At this time, we would like to share one of our other accomplishments, which is that in the last 5 years, we have had 0 CDE findings. We attribute this to our infrastructure that supports all this and that makes sure that we're in compliance and meeting all assurances through the grant. The cost to operate this highly quality program at $7.50 per child actually turns out to be $2,832,631. Think Together contributes $256,908 that comes through philanthropy. In addition to the contributions, Think Together partners with more than 70 corporations and foundations. These funds and contributions enhance student learning experiences in STEM, health and wellness, and English and language arts. Some of the contributions also come from within the community, and we associate those to the experiences that our students have. Some of the community involvement we've had within our programs includes students participating in the jazz art contest, engagement of high school volunteers, which most of them are avid, and they're providing dance workshops at our sites, the involvement of legislator during Lights On. We provide community outreach, so students have written letters to patients with cancer, had canned food drives to support the Rialto Church, have gifted senior citizens gifts. We also partnered with the local fire departments to ensure our students are well versed with fire safety. We've partnered with local farmers to ensure that our students understand farming and understand the accomplishments of them. We have local sororities that have established women leadership clubs. We have the California State University of San Bernardino offering drama and nutrition, as well as college awareness nights. Local businesses workshops have also been provided to parents and students regarding college financial investment funds. We've also partnered with the Lewis Library and promoted literacy throughout our programs. We've partnered with the Golden Tiger Martial Arts that teaches our students about discipline. And Think Together has also collaborated and partnered with the Parent Summit. So we're a learning organization, and one of the things that we're committed to is continuous improvement. We know that collaboration with the school day and parents supports student success. In addition to daily check-ins with students, parent and teacher communications, and principal meetings, we administer satisfaction surveys on a continuous basis. The slide is presenting to you the feedback we've received from principals and parents. So you'll see that principals are overall over 95% satisfied with how we're building relationships with students, the professionalism of our staff, and the responsiveness to the needs and concerns of our students. Parents are overall 99% satisfied with the fact that Think Together helps their children do better in school, that their children like going to Think Together, and that the Think Together staff is knowledgeable about their child's needs. So if you're asking yourself why you should continue your partnership with Think Together, remember, building strong relationships and implementing successful academic alignment strategies take time. It requires intentionality, commitment, shared values, and trust. Think Together brings years of experience and expertise in the expanded learning field. We are committed to ensuring that we're consistently implementing systems and structure. We hold ourselves accountable to educational excellence and equity of our students. And most importantly, we look forward to continuing our partnership to truly make the difference in the lives of the students, families, and the Rialto community. Thank you for your time. We do have Think Together representatives to answer any questions if you have any.
I'd like to present you with questions that I asked. I'm not going to, in the interest of time, I'm not going to reiterate them, but I would like to renew my commitment. I always donate annually to Think, and I thank you and appreciate everything you've done for our students. That is why I continue to support. I have heard nothing bad. So as much as I want to support the city as well, I see that we are supporting the city. I didn't realize that we, hired locally, and there's many things. So thank you. Let me present these.
Thank you, Mr. Martinez.
Sure, Mr. Ayala, go ahead.
Yes, Mrs. Martinez, we, you know, the program you have outlined, it looks well thought of. You have other school districts involved. But I do have a couple questions. One is, this is an after-school program, and how long does Think Together spend with the kids after school?
So the time we spent with our students is every day that school is in session, and we begin supporting our students immediately after school is dismissed to 6 o'clock every day.
Okay, so let's say if school's dismissed at 3, on the average, you're with them about 3 hours.
Yes.
Wow. Okay. And you said it was like $7.50 per child. Is that correct? Okay. We still have, we're still in deficit mode here in Rialto, even though, you know, looks like we're doing real good, but we still have to watch our pennies here. It seemed to me that your proposal was, and I need to be corrected, was twice as much as what the city proposed. If that's correct, or if I'm wrong.
I don't believe so. I think that actually what the city proposed was taking control of the grant. So the 5% that goes to the district currently would go to the city, so the district would lose $135,000. So the rest of the contract is the same. So this contract is $135,000 better to the Rialto Unified than the city's proposal.
Ooh. Okay.
Is that correct, Mr. Islam?
Well, again, the proposals is based on how Think Together run the program. So as you can see, it's underfunded. So they are doing raising money to support the program, and this is yes, that's a correct statement. So the money does not, without their other partnership from the business and the program cannot operate. So that's they're doing beyond and above. What the state funding the program is cannot fund it 100%.
You know, and I didn't realize it was 3 hours too with some of these kids. I thought maybe it was just an hour.
It's actually longer than that because school generally doesn't get out at 3 o'clock.
Right.
So it's more like 2:22. You guys know your bell schedule's better, but you know, on early release days, we're actually there at 1:30 till 6. So we actually run about 20 hours a week, and school's in about 30. So we run about 2/3 the length of the school day.
No more questions. Thank you very much.
I have a couple of questions. For who is it mentions the fact that there's teacher collaboration, or I think in the video mentioned that there was teacher collaboration regarding the curriculum that's offered in the afternoons. Who are the actual staff that meet with the teachers to do that collaboration to have the seamless academic curriculum? Who is that?
We have our site coordinators.
Okay, and tell me then, who is the site coordinator versus the kid, the young person that really deals with the kids every day?
Okay.
Who is that? Is anybody, are those people in the room?
Yes.
Okay, you
we
got an entourage. I'm like, somebody has to be here.
So
Okay.
our site coordinators are the ones that work collaboratively with teachers and the site principal. Our program leaders are the ones that are directly supporting the students. So professional development to our program leaders is provided through our site coordinator.
Okay, and then so with that,
Just to add, I'm sorry, want to add on that. Because one of the distinguishing characteristics and one of the things that really drives quality is a full-time year-round site coordinator. So we do professional development in the summer, a lot of training. And so very few programs, most programs, and I don't know what the city's proposed because they didn't distinguish that, but most programs have part-time site coordinators that are 9 or 10 months. And so that full-time site coordinator, it helps with continuity and it also helps with professional development and that alignment with the school day.
so is this collaboration going on at all of the schools, or is it just a select few? So if I were to visit a school and talk to another administrator about what's going on as far as the academic collaboration there. Is that on all of the schools or
Every school
select
has,
school?
in the Think Together model, every school has a full-time site coordinator, and we also have a quality assurance coach for every 10 schools. So there's another layer of support in addition to regional and home office support.
Okay,
So
and
there's a
then
lot of
how often does this occur, the collaboration around the academic offerings?
Routinely throughout the year.
How often would that be?
Well, that is dependent on how the principal and the site coordinator have set that system up at their sites.
Okay.
One of the things that our quality assurance coaches is their responsibilities is to ensure that that is happening at all sites. And so if we have site coordinators that need support, that's where the QAC comes in. That's a quality assurance coach. But it's an expectation of all our site coordinators that that is happening, and we do have QACs verifying that that is occurring at every school site throughout the Rialto Unified School District.
Okay. And what would you say your average, I mean, I'm sure you know this by the data that you presented here, is your average daily attendance on the after-school programs in the elementary level?
Can you rephrase that question?
The average daily attendance at the elementary school level in the after-school program?
Our target is 84 students.
At each school site?
At every elementary school
Okay.
site.
Do you know what your average daily attendance is for the year?
We're all above 85%.
Okay. At every school site. How about at the
Yes.
middle schools?
I'm sorry?
Middle schools.
Middle schools, I would have to check back on that. I think the only site that we're still working towards meeting our target is Kolb.
Is that
middle
Kolb?
school?
Okay.
But all our elementary school sites are reaching over above 95%.
Okay.
Mhm.
Excellent.
Any more questions?
No.
I just wanted to ask, you mentioned you partner with local farmers. Are you guys partnered with a local farmer here in Rialto?
Well, we have one of the school sites that report, so they highlighted that they're in partnership with them. So they have the local farmers come in and do presentations to the students about produce. And so that hits on the health and wellness aspect of the program.
Okay, so you don't know if you're currently partnered with our local farmer here in Rialto?
I'm sure that we are. That is the person that they refer to, that they have a partnership with.
Any more questions? Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Next, we go on to public comments. Comments from the floor. At this time, any person wishing to speak on any item not on the agenda will be granted 3 minutes. And first up, we have Mr. Daniel Husbands.
Good evening, Honorable Board of Education, Interim Superintendent Mr. Islam, and viewing audience. My name is Daniel Husbands, and I'm the very proud principal of Dollyhan Elementary School. And with me here tonight, I have two of my 5th grade leaders, Quali Smaxi and Mariah Munoz. And they're here with me tonight to share with you about a very special opportunity that we hope that you can join us on May 21st. And so at this time, I'd like to turn it over to Mariah Munoz.
Good evening. Good evening. My name is Mariah Munoz, and I am here to share with you about the great changes that had happened at Dollyhan this year. Beginning this year, we have been learning about the 7 habits of highly effective people, written by Dr. Stephen Covey. Through this journey, we are learning at a very early age how to be leaders. I have learned to be proactive and understand that I am the only one responsible for my actions. I have learned to put first things first by doing my homework first before going out to play. I am able to help with conflicts by identifying win-win situations. And I always remember to balance things and sharpen my saw by swimming and playing my guitar. These things will help me in the future to be a better leader and a better person.
Good evening. My name is Quali Smaxi. I want to share with you that it was through Mr. Husband's vision to bring something to Dollyhan that will help us be great leaders now and in the future. Even the transitional kindergarten students are learning how to be leaders because we all believe that everyone can be a leader. It is because of this that we are now a leader in music school. I have learned many positive changes in students since last year. I have learned that I need to begin with the end in mind by developing goals both for my learning and behavior and work hard to achieve those goals. I am always learning how to synergize and work with others in a positive way. Not always giving to others, but how to come up with a better plan together. I am also learning how to seek understanding before I try to be understood. And this has been especially helpful when dealing with my sister who is younger than me.
By coming here tonight, we hope we have sparked your curiosity and will come and join us on May 21st from 9 to 11, where colleagues and I will be hosting our first annual Leadership Day. This is a chance for you to learn a lot more about things that we shared tonight. You will be able to see student presentations and have a chance to visit classrooms. But the biggest thing is you will see colleagues and me doing a great job like we hope we did tonight. My partner colleagues has invitations to give you, and we hope to see you there. Thank you.
Thank you, Board.
Thank you.
Thank you. And you look really sharp, too. I like that. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Husbands. Mr. Carl
President?
Streeter?
Mr. President, I liked his red tennis shoes. I couldn't help it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't think he's going to give a presentation.
Mr. Streeter not going to, okay. Esmeralda Puebla?
I'm just
Do you need a translator?
Yeah.
solamente vengo a apoyar
I'm
el
simply
programa
here to support the program and
Thinking
to
Together.
think together.
Ha apoyado mucho mis hijos.
And it has supported my children a lot.
Tengo uno en
I have one
Morris
in
Elementary
Morris
School.
Elementary School
En otro en Jehu.
and another one in Jehu.
Son mejores niños.
And they're better children, better
Aprenden
kids.
muchas cosas.
And they learn a lot of things.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We're still on items not on the agenda. We have Miss Myrna Reese and is it Janie Perez? Janine.
Well, good evening, everybody, board, community members. Tonight we're here, actually, I'm here as a PTA council president for the district. And this is Vice President Janine Perez. And we were here actually to invite you to our annual dinner, which is our honorary service award dinner, which some of you board members have attended in our previous years. And I'm not sure if you guys were able to get the invitations yet. But it's going to be on May 15th, which is next Friday. It's going to be at Dave & Buster's in Ontario Mills, and it's from 6 to 10. So those of you that have been there before, you know that it's fun. And not only that, but it is the donation that we get from you. It goes right back to the scholarships that we give to our high school students. We choose 2 high school students from each high school, senior students, I should say, and they get the scholarships. We also have the silent auction, and we also mainly honor our volunteers, our PTA parent volunteers from our units, from our different, we have 10 schools right now that are PTA. They have PTA, and we honor them too. We recognize all the hard work and all the thousands of hours that they do throughout the whole year, which without them we couldn't do a lot of things. And as you, I'm not sure if you're aware, but PTA has been an organization that's been for many, many, many years, probably the 1800s. And not only do we sponsor a lot of field trips for children, for the students, you know, of course, educational field trips, but we are starting to we're taking a different phase of PTA within the district. We are looking at partnering also with the safety department. We're going to start doing a lot more parent involvement and community involvement that we want everybody to be aware of. So this is going to be starting the next school year. So please, again, I'm going to pass out some invitations. Everybody, please join us. There are going to be a few surprises there. There's going to be some surprises. Some people are going to be recognized that they don't know they're going to be recognized. So please be there. It'll be fun. And that's it. Thank you.
Thank you. Do we have anybody else that would like to speak on items not on the agenda?
Buenas noches, miembros de la mesa directiva.
Buenas noches.
Presidente Montes, Mr. Islam, los asociados superintendentes. Yo nomás tengo una pregunta. Yo sé que el programa de Team Together es muy bueno porque mis hijos típicos han participado. Pero mi pregunta es, ¿a dónde caben los niños especiales en este programa?
Would anyone from Think Together like to answer regarding special education students?
Yes, so that's really a district issue. So the district needs to provide accommodation, and we work in collaboration to address those needs. And so it's part of the partnership with the principals that it gets addressed on a case-by-case basis. So we do whatever the district directs us to do.
Mr. Montes, excuse me, we have had that situation this year. It's addressed on one-to-one on the IEP, and that's how it's handled. It's a district.
Yeah,
thing on
no,
the
the
IEP.
question was, how does special education students fit into the Think Together program?
It's on the IEP that the parent has to bring up for the Think Together program that they want to participate in there.
Okay.
Discúlpeme, pero eso es incorrecto lo que están diciendo. Porque nosotros hemos pedido estos programas especialmente porque hay muchos niños que su deshabilidad es leve y no han sido aceptados. No los ponen en el IEP, hemos pedido, así es que no. Por eso estoy haciendo esta pregunta ahorita.
Thank you. Muchísimas gracias, señora Zelaya. Vamos a tener esta discusión con la administración sobre sus preocupaciones. Pero como dice el representante de Think Together, tiene que ver con el distrito, si el distrito los autoriza o no. Am I correct? The district has to authorize it or not? The district has to?
Yes.
Okay.
The $7.50 per kid per day doesn't, afford the kind of accommodations but so the district has to support the additional costs and support around that. So we facilitate whatever the district asks us to, and so like I said, it's a case by case basis.
Okay.
So.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I just wanted to add that it doesn't have to be necessarily on the IEP. If we recall, this is also an after-school program. So therefore, every kid is entitled to it, whether it's an IEP or not. Because not all kids might have an IEP. They might not have a disability that is recognized in an IEP. They might have a 504 plan that might not need those needs that a kid with an IEP might need. So that is totally different too. So it doesn't have to be on an IEP. We have to remember that. And we're not going to deny anything to any student just because it's not on the IEP. So I just wanted to point that out.
Thank you.
Okay. Mr. Islam, could we add that to the agenda for Friday morning, the special ed
committee?
Yeah, the committee.
Problem solving, yes, we can.
Problem solving
Yes,
committee. Thank you.
yes, thank you.
That's a great topic. Thank you.
Si ningún niño se debe de quedar atrás, ¿por qué dejan atrás a los niños especiales?
So if no child should be left behind, why should any child that has special needs be left behind?
Thank you, Ms. Zelaya. Gracias, Ms. Zelaya. Next, I just would like to say that it seems like we have probably about 15 people that would like to speak on the same topic regarding Think Together. 15 times 3 is probably about
45 minutes.
45. Would the board
20 minutes.
20-minute max and get them all together?
We've got 2 already. So
Okay.
that's
Could we?
6 minutes.
I'm gonna call up.
Let them select their.
I'd like to call up the 15 people that would like to speak in regards to the Think Together After School program, and maybe you guys can all just pass the mic to everybody and make sure everybody gets a chance to say a few words. But we do have other business, and normally we wouldn't mind hearing from everyone, but we want to hear from everyone. But we want to keep it within a certain time frame. So we've got Judith, we've got Christopher Love, we've got Penny Robinson, we've got Lydia Llamas, we've got Julie Schultz, we've got Victoria Flores, we've got Valerie Chavez, we've got Monique Castillo, we've got Maria Ortiz, we've got Deb McKenzie, we've got Alicia Rosales, we've got Sylvia Harris, Juanita Hernandez. Is that also in regards to Think Together? And oh, okay, and then we have Russell Silva. Is it also in regards? Okay, we'll do yours after if it's okay. And Ms. Bailey, is it also in regards to Think Together, Paula Bailey, or is this in regards to a separate matter on the agenda? Okay. Is Ms. Paula Bailey here today? Do you have did you want to address the meeting regarding a separate matter other than the Think Together? Okay, so then we'll leave your guys' 2 for afterwards. Okay, so is the board okay with 20 minutes?
Sure.
Okay. Shoot.
I just wanted to present that petition that was just presented.
Go in the microphone, please. In the microphone there.
I'm Juanita Hernandez. Hi. I'm supporting Think Together. I strongly support Think Together on behalf of all the parents, at Cordiac. And we really need Think Together, and we really love the staff the way they are. They're really nice with the kids. The kids feel comfortable with them, and they help us a lot as us parents with their homework. Because, we work 8-10 hours a day. By the time we get home, we have to do dinner and everything. We don't have time to sit with the children. So the staff and Think Together, they help us out a lot. And we feel comfortable with them. And we strongly support Think Together. Don't do away with Think Together, please.
My name is Sylvia Harris. Most of you know me. Hi, as Yaya. I do see some new faces, and I'd like to say welcome. I'm glad to see some new blood. I am, again, making those I am the first. This school district has provided me at my age so many of I am the first that I wanted to share with you tonight. I am the first volunteer at Cordiac Elementary. It has been a privilege. They trained me, they paid for my fingerprints, they brought me on board, and I'm in the classroom. Kodiak has 100 students. They're broken down in groups of 25, from first grade through fifth grade. Right now, we're teaching pathways to careers because you taught me that it's important that these young kids know that they have something to do. They need that education to get there. So I'm in those classrooms. I'm teaching with their staff. I see daily the positive that comes out of this program. I follow Ms. Lindsay around, she'll tell you, because she is 100% positive. Can anybody else say that? I can't. As a grandmother, second generation, sometimes we forget to be patient. But when I go into that classroom with Ms. Lindsay, they have accolades. They have ways of supporting each other, of telling each other how great they are. And I enjoy every minute. I am part of that 7,000 volunteer that contributes to this program. I say, if it's not broke, don't fix it. We need Think Together. We need this program. I would hope that our children would not become dollars and cents. I really would. I am aware in the adult world that dollars and cents do come first. But when it comes to watching these young kids learn in a happy environment, they walk in on program, on task. You tell me there are no special needs in your classrooms for Think Together, I can tell you truly, Kodiak has them. Yes, you do. We do have special needs students in our classes. They are so mainstreamed that you would not know it because they are allowed to function at their level. Okay? I really wanted my granddaughters to tell you part of the positive things that they learn. You think you can do that for me?
That one can.
Give us the acclimates. What are they?
Let's do them together.
Be safe, be respectful, be responsible, have fun.
Safe, be respectful, be responsible, and have fun.
They repeat this slogan all day long, and they live it. I couldn't ask for a better partnership to my family. I couldn't ask for a better partnership to our schools because these folks care. When I go into a site meeting and they ask me what's positive about your school, I raise my hand and I said, Think Together. And they look at me like, whoa. But it's true, every day, not partial day. And my kids are there from 1:59 and the doors close at 6, by the way, at Kodiak. We have parents that need this program in order to be able to get back to their children and know that they're safe, that they're going to be loved, that they're going to get that positive that our kids need to thrive. Thank you very much, board. Nice seeing everybody again.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Julie Schultz, and I'm here in support of Warner Elementary's Think Together program. My daughter is in 5th grade. She's getting ready to go to the middle school. Yesterday was our year that we got here, and it's been amazing for her to get adapted to the school system. Going into middle school next year, I don't know what, I'm a single mom. I don't know what I'm going to do with her after school if the program gets taken away. And at that age, I don't want her just running the streets or, you know, Think Together is a wonderful program. Miss Tiffany and Miss Taylor, they work one-on-one with her with her homework and stuff. So just like she said, when I get home, I can have quality time and not homework time. So thank you very much. I appreciate it. Please don't get rid of the program.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, community. I'm Maria Ortiz. My daughter is a student at Think Together at Morris Elementary. Excuse me, I'm a little nervous. I just want to say this is a great program. My daughter has been part of it for 3 years. We've had awesome teachers and awesome coordinator. They've helped her with her homework because both parents work. Unfortunately, we need to work. And this program enables us, to know that she's safe at a school site. They're helping her with her classwork, and not just that, building a self-esteem, not seeing her as a number, but as a child, and giving her that time, that affection. She's not a number, she's a person. And I just love how everyone is at the school site. They're loving and caring and helpful. And if you guys get rid of this program, I don't know what we're going to do. I have no one to pick up my daughter. I don't know how she would get home. She would definitely not be safe walking on the streets by herself. She is a 4th grader. I only have one daughter. So those are my concerns. I hope that you guys don't get rid of this program, because it helps the community, it helps the children, it builds self-esteem. They don't see you as a number. And I hope that you don't see our children and the parents as a number, or put a dollar value on our children. So please, please keep this program going. Thank you.
Hello, good evening. My name is Ida Sema Urbina, and my daughter is Samantha Frausto. I've been using the program for the last 3 years. She attends Morris Elementary, and it's a great program, like every parent has been saying. I work from 9 to 5:30, and I pick her up right before 6. Her homework is ready. We just go home, have dinner, get in the shower, watch a little TV, and the routine again. So this program really, really, really helps, and it has been helping her for the last 3 years. It has been, her math has improved. And what I also really like about this program is that most of the staff works there during the day. Like one of the, Miss Angela, she's a school nurse. She's a school nurse, and she works with them after school. So it's a great program. And Samantha would like to say something about the program too.
Hi, I'm Samantha, and I just really love things together.
Good evening. My name is Leida Llamas, and I am my daughter's first year at Think Together, and was the school year that started from Morris Elementary. Before the Think Together program, I am a full-time student and a full-time mother of 2 daughters, and I work full-time as well, so her grades were really below. She flunked last year, the class. So this year, her grades are above and beyond. Think Together helps me out and helps out my daughter improve every day. She's more motivated. She comes home and her homework is done, and that's a great help for me as well, since I don't have enough time to get to her. Now she's more independent. She comes home, I see her sitting down on the couch reading a book and writing her stuff, and before she couldn't do none of that. Before she needed full-time attention from me to sit down and work with her daily basis. So now she's a lot better, and even the teacher, Ms. Pound, notices that. So thank you, Ms. Bridget. Thank you, Ms. Angela, for all your help and support. Thank you very much.
Okay, I'm Penny Robinson. I'm a retired teacher for Rialto Unified, and I currently tutor at Casey in a reading intervention program. I'm here to speak on behalf of Think Together because I have been involved with both programs. I was a teacher in the classroom when the city was running the program, and there is no polite way to say what I'm going to say other than it was a giant babysitting service. My kids lost their homework. Classrooms were destroyed as far as bulletin boards, teacher materials gotten into, student desks gotten into, things taken. It was a lot of videos and a lot of playground time. And I understand the city wants to come back in, and maybe they've got a better program, but my concern is if it isn't any better than what they had last time, you've got an issue, because it's a program that's for a year. As far as Think Together, I spent last year sharing a regular classroom, and I was at one end of the classroom during the morning, and Think Together used the room in the afternoon. I walked in, and I was upset because I didn't have a whiteboard I could use. And the reason I didn't have a whiteboard is because the coordinator, who is Amber, is an awesome, awesome person. She had lesson plans, concepts, expectations always on that whiteboard. She had materials ready for her teachers that were teaching in the afternoon, and I call them teachers because that's what they were. They are today, teachers. She meets with them weekly, goes over the lesson plans, goes over the expectations. Those kids are learning in an after-school program. It isn't babysitting. It isn't from time you get out of school at 2-something to 6, babysitting. It is an educational program. And if you're going to provide a service, you deserve to give the kids a program that enhances their learning, not babysitting. I was asked to put my comments in writing for the board, which I have done. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Judita Everton. I'm proud being a Rialto resident for 20 years. I'm a foster mom. I'm a single mom. I raise a lot of foster kids in Rialto. One of my children, I was a South City student council in Eisenhower when Mrs. O'Kelly was a principal in Eisenhower. One of my foster child, she attended the youngest one I have because some of my kids as a Rialto resident. I'm proud on you guys as a Rialto Unified School District because of my foster kids. They are attend the after-school program. Now they are in Washington State University. One is in UCI. They have a lot of nice things talking about Rialto Unified School District. This one I attend for Think Together because one of my foster kids, she's a really wild child. She has been moving different 12 foster home, and then she loved to attend the Things Together. She called me. I forgot to attend today. I was late today, and she said, "Mom, don't forget to attend the meeting tonight because my teacher told me they're gonna close the Think Together program." And I say, I'm begging you guys, as a Rialto Unified School boarding education, please not to close because the kids need it. Who knows, the kids, the one attend the Rialto, the Things Together will be the president of United States. Thank you so much.
Good evening, Board. Board Student Member Ms. Angulo, Board President Montez, Vice President O'Kelly, Ms. Walker, Board Clerk, Mr. Martinez, Mr. Ayala, Interim Superintendent Islam, and everyone attending here in the audience and watching on the stream. I'm a concerned citizen as well as a site coordinator from William G. J. Hugh Middle School, Jaguar Pride, right? Feed Together has been a dependable program, and we've been willing to facilitate building relationships, which you've heard this evening, with parents, staff, admin, and community partners, okay? In short, we are effective bridge builders, okay? We are all a part of this community because this district has adopted us, conscripted us in the struggle and the fight for creating educational opportunities. Thought it was loud enough. Creating educational opportunities for all our students. So we are a part of you. When we do parallel programming as site coordinators, we meet with staff and admin. I myself have partnered with AVID on our campus, as well as PBIS training through the district, positive behavior intervention strategies, as well as working with our middle school sports programs for students to have extra homework time once they're done with practice. We also have college and career readiness curriculum, A through G requirements, what it is to graduate from high school, and looking at the UCs and CSU system. I myself am a product of this district. I got my degree, my high school diploma from San Gregorio, but once a Jaguar, always a Jaguar. I was there when it opened up. Fellow of my site coordinators, they're also from this district. So we are coming back to invest through Think Together the way that we have chosen into our students. And we are hoping that the district will reinvest in us to continue the legacy of giving. Because if we cut that short because of dollars and cents in budgeting, we will lose the battle. we will lose the battle. So in short, please bring us back another year, look at our measurables, look at our data and our outcomes, and we will measure up and we will pass the test. Thank you very much for your time.
Hi, good afternoon. My name is Adriana Gomez, and I'm a parent of 2 children at Eubanks Elementary. I have a petition that we got some signatures from some of our parents, and I just want to share my experience. I think together. My youngest, he's first grade now. 2 years ago, he was talking 0. I thought he was autistic. We got him evaluated. We got him through a lot of things. He lacked this confidence. He didn't want to talk. He thought people made fun of him. He has a speech problem, obviously. He has an IEP for speech. But I feel that Think Together has actually opened up a lot of communication for him. He's a lot more independent, doing homework, actually in reading. He carries his books around with him. We're in the car, he's reading. He's an A student in reading, which it's so amazing to me when he didn't really talk. Like, I don't know, I just felt like he was not a communicator, and he's like a little A student reader, and that's his main thing. And I feel that Think Together has been a big part of building his confidence and helping him grow as a child and feeling more like a normal child. I know some of the parents were talking about what happens to the special ed class students. He's not a special ed student, but he does have an IEP in speech, and I feel that him being around more kids for the extra time being there has helped them a lot. And I am also a parent that picks them up until 6 o'clock in the afternoon. So he's there all afternoon, and I go home and his homework is done. I review it. We kind of go over it. Everything's done. I said, who helped you do this? How do you know how to do this? My teacher, my Think Together teacher. Did she explain to you how to do this? Because to me, it's like, how did you get the right answer? And she's like, yeah, she helped me, or I see you racing and re-explaining. So I think it's a really good program, and I think it should stay around. And like some of the people said, our kids are not worth cents or dollars. They're, children, and it's worth us or you guys keeping the program and investing in our future, which is our children. So I want to thank everybody for talking and for you guys listening to us and our concerns, and thank you very much.
Good evening. Sorry, I'm short. Good evening, esteemed board members, Interim Superintendent Mr. Islam, and members of the community. My name is Jacqueline Orantes. I am the Think Together coordinator at Eubanks Elementary. I'm here today to speak on behalf of my students, my school, and my fellow Think staff members. I'm a proud graduate of Rialto High School. May I continue? Okay. I'm a proud graduate of Rialto High School, and I love giving back to this community. I have served as a Think Together coordinator here in Rialto for the last 5 years, 3 years at Henry Elementary and 2 years at Eubanks Elementary. I've been honored to be a part of the lives of so many students here, and I always put safety, learning, and their emotional well-being first, as do my peers and my staff at Eubanks Elementary. Think Together is a strong part of the Rialto Unified School District. We are unified with the school to be a true extension of daytime learning. I do collaborate on a regular basis with multiple teachers at my school, but my staff, my program leaders do as well. They are talking to the teachers, they know the student needs. We collaborate on behavior, on academics. I have sat in on multiple meetings. I translate meetings for parents at my school. We are involved. Tonight I would ask you to please let my voice be heard and let the voice of all of the parents here be heard, because even though this room is full, the other room is full, there are still a lot of parents who are not here to let you guys know that they do support Think Together. I look forward to continuing to serve this community. I would also like to add that I have had students be successful that have special needs in my program. And if I may, just today, I'm part of the PBIS team at Eubanks, and Mrs. Gilliard, who is a special day teacher at Hugh Banks, she was mentioning to me and to the rest of the team, she just thanked us because one of our special ed students last year, she said at Think Together was the only place that he was doing what he should be doing. He was focused, he was doing his work, and that is Mrs. Gilliard at Hugh Banks Elementary. If you have any questions for her, she can attest to the fact that we serve all students, regardless of their needs. Thank you.
Thank you. That's all the time that has been allotted by the board for tonight for this topic. But I would like to just mention that I received a couple phone calls from concerned parents regarding rumors that the after-school program was going to be terminated by this board, and that is not true. We all heard a few people mention that we were going to be closing the after-school program. That is not true. There was never and there never has been any intentions to close the after-school program. What happened at the last board meeting was that the city of Rialto gave a proposal and a presentation to the school district to run the after-school program. Now, whether it's the school district running it, whether it's the city running it, whether it's a consultant for-profit or anybody else running the program, I don't think anyone on this board has any intentions on terminating the after-school program. We understand the value of an after-school program. We want our district to always have an after-school program, and we want what's best for all of the children of this community, of this district. We don't place any money value. We didn't even know what it's costing until somebody mentioned per child, but that's irrelevant to us. What we want is to make sure that the children get the best education possible during school and after school. So I just want to make that clear. Please, parents, do not feel threatened. There's going to be an after-school program regardless of who's administering it. We just want to make sure we make the right decision on getting the best possible program for the kids and for you. So we appreciate all of your comments here tonight. It's not falling on deaf ears. This board will take into consideration everyone's concerns, and hopefully, if we have to, we will make the best decision for your children and for our community. Thank you very much.
Well said, President.
Next, we have Ms. Paula Bailey.
Good evening, board. Good evening, board, interim superintendent, and viewing audience. Tonight, I'm here to speak on agenda item G 5.1. It's in regards to the ESY program being offered this summer. If you recall, back on April 8th, there was a similar agenda item, and the first paragraph was the Special Education Department requests the Board of Education to approve the extended school year program for special education students in all grades as part of their IEP requirement. The ESY will be offered to special education students who do not have ESY listed on their IEP but would like to attend to for enrichment during the summer. Okay? That is the key to what I'm looking for clarification in, and I have spoke to Mr. D'Souza, and I have talked to Erica, and we have spoken about this because the way it is written for tonight's agenda item, maybe I'm missing it, but I'm not understanding it retracting now, saying we are not offering this for students who do not have this written into their IEP. I see it's an amendment to the meeting on April 8th, but it's not specifically saying, you know, we are not going to be offering this service that we specifically offered on April 8th. And, you know, we don't offer summer school except for high school. So the benefit of summer school for our younger kids would probably be wonderful. My other concern, which I know is being addressed, and hopefully all works out the way as planned, but we're very lacking in our special ed department, especially our speech department. So I did speak to Ms. Johnson today, and she's assured me there's people being hired to accommodate that. But I can currently speak to the fact that, yes, it's being worked on, but we do have speech assessments that need to be done. So I'm hoping those are done before we start thinking about providing services in summer school. I'm not by any means saying it wouldn't be wonderful to offer that additional support, but we have kiddos that are waiting for services that needed to be done already. And I hope that's being addressed. And bottom line is, every time I look at the agenda, there's people leaving from SPED. Tonight, the 2 people resigning are from SPED. I don't know what our district needs to do, how they need to look at it, but every time you look at the agenda, a majority of the people resigning are from SPED, special education. So if our district's not doing what we need to do, please do something, because our kids need that consistency and that service. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Bailey. Next up, we have Mr. Russell Silva.
Good evening, board members, administration, and viewing audience. My name is Russell Silva. I have some questions concerning reference item H6.1, amendment number 1 to John R. Byerly Incorporated, performing additional geotechnical and structural testing and inspection services. I'm not disputing the fact that we need to pay our consultants for the jobs they're doing, because I, for one, want to make sure that these buildings and the structures that are being constructed are going to stand up for decades to come. My question is more geared toward the change in the scope of work. According to construction change document 003, the project scope of work changed to include construction of a retaining wall that was not part of the original project plans. So my questions are, why was that this part of the original plans? Was it a design element that was needed on the original design but missed by the consultant architect or the engineer doing the design? Was it a change that was resulted from a change that was done in the field while construction was being done? And if it was done in the, as a result of a field change, who recommended this change? Was it our project manager, or was it the contractor themselves? Or was it simply just a change resulting from unforeseen circumstances that you could not forecast prior to design or during construction? As a project manager for my company, these are questions that I ask when I get a request for additional funds for changing the scope of work. Again, I'm not denying that we need to pay for these services. I'm just looking to identify responsibility for the changes. I know that from experience that during design, and sometimes elements are forgotten or missed. I also know through experience that contractors love to ask for changes in the scope during construction in an effort to, number one, save them financially, or number two, buy them more time to complete their tasks. If this new retaining wall was a result of actions or lack of actions thereof from the contractors the district hired to perform the duties, then why is the district responsible for 100% of the cost? If this is truly a result of an unforeseen circumstance, then definitely we need to approve the amendment, and you don't need my approval for that. However, and I understand that $11,000 on a multi-million-dollar project is small dollars, but $11,000 here, $8,000 there, another $15,000 over here, it all adds up. And as a Measure Y Oversight Committee member, we are entrusted to carefully watch how these funds are distributed, because we only have this much money and we have this much work that needs to be completed. So we as the committee, and I'm sure the general public, would like to see as many projects completed as possible for these things, especially for our flagship school, Eisenhower. I just believe that if the district is not responsible for the change in the scope of work, then why are we responsible for 100% of the cost? Thank you.
Thank you, and that concludes public comment. Next on, we go from comments from association executive board members. First up is Rialto Education Association. Do we have anyone here tonight that would like to take the floor? I'm sorry, Ms. Lindbergh. One more.
Thank you, appreciate it. Good evening, board directors, interim superintendent, Mr. Islam, and viewing audience. I just want to say that I am very pleased to where the district is heading. I'm very optimistic where we're going. What I am deeply concerned about is continuing, I guess, every time I get up to this podium, you know, the special ed department. We have signed IEPs and other instruments and services not being provided. Another thing, the professionalism of some of the special ed department, not returning phone calls on an emergency basis, not because we want to talk to them. If that could be addressed as well, I appreciate it. I mean, if you guys could get on that. Also, a concern of other parents that I've heard from in the special ed department that some of the assessments have not been approved. You know, kids that have a need in specific area, and the address is being, you know, I guess that concern is being addressed or sent to the proper personnel to deal with, and they have been denied, you know, and declined. So that is something that I know there's a lot of people who've gotten, you know, great special ed services and whatnot, but there's others who are lacking, and you know, and I think it should be, you know, the needs should be addressed in an honest way. So if you could just, you know, address that with the special ed department, appreciate it, because there are some parents that have, you know, raised that concern, that, you know, there are some needs that are sometimes obvious, and some of the assessments have been requested and they have been denied. So if you guys could get in, you know, into that, appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Rivera. Ms. Lindbergh.
Thank you. Good evening. Lisa Lindbergh, President of the Rialto Education Association. Good evening, board members, Interim Superintendent Muhammad Islam, and viewing audience and community. Yay, community activism today. I love to see it, but regardless of why people speak out, it's great to see. I just want to thank Rialto Unified School District for once again giving out the employee recognition scholarships that they do every year. I think that's a commendable thing that is done every year for our classified and certificated employees, and also for the scholarships for the students of Rialto. I would like to add that the Rialto Education Association will also be giving out $10,000 worth of scholarships at the end of this month, which we do every year. To all of our high schools, Myler, Zupanik, Rialto High, Carter High, and Eisenhower. So we'll be doing that at the end of the month. The teachers donate monthly from their paychecks, and it amounts to a little over $10,000 each year. Also, I would like to take this time to thank Tom Halderson and Aaron Rogers from Personnel Services. They had the unfortunate task of having to place teachers who were displaced due to the loss of QIA funding and a slight decline in enrollment at some of our sites. And for the first time this year, Mr. Halderson arranged for a temp meeting with the teachers who are on temporary contracts. And a lot of them came up to me afterwards and said, wow, this was great. We really felt respected, and we like that. And Aaron has been phenomenal. He got all the displaced teachers placed somewhere where they wanted to go. They had to leave their site, so they picked another place within a week. And he's been keeping me in the loop on the transfers and the temp teachers that are getting their jobs back, since there are some openings. So I'd just like to thank both of them publicly, because we really appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Lindbergh. Next, we have anyone from California School Employees Association would like to speak.
Mr. Montez and board, normally I like to come up here and talk great about the classified, and I would like to continue to do so, but it really hurt my heart when I saw this little man walk away from the podium when you called time, and I don't think that you saw him, but he wanted to say something this evening, so I told him he could use part of my time to say something to you guys. His name is Umberto. Stand over here so they can see you, okay? And then we'll move the microphone over there.
If you could, you know, if Miss Angulo, could you pull back so he can use your microphone there? You can use that one. You can use that one right there. You can lift it. Yeah.
We need a think together for every single year. And not just your first goal that you have in your normal school. Think Together has more education when you go into Think Together. And not just your homework in your normal school. You get like a lot of education from it. Because sometimes the mom and dads don't know how to do it, but then you go and Think Together.
It's priceless.
And then they help you.
It's true. They just, you know, it's been a long time.
Priceless.
Thank you, Umberto. Thank you.
Thank you.
Is there any other children? Any other children that would like to? Thank you. Sorry, and I apologize. I should have asked for the children to speak first.
Okay. Now on to the classified staff. Good evening, board members, interim superintendent, associate superintendents, community, and staff. This evening, I want to share with you 2 departments in our district that are understaffed and energetic, dedicated, team-playing classified members. The first department that I would like to share with you is our payroll department. The classified staff in that department have one of the most important jobs in this district, as they make sure that everyone gets paid. In addition to the regular stress of having the payroll responsibility, this year that department of staff members has been through a lot. From August to September, they had to work on doing the retro payroll, which included calculating each employee's pay back to July 1st. Then they had to make the adjustments to all the salary schedules in the computer to make sure that they were all right. And then from October to January, they had to implement into the payroll system the new employee leave tracking system, which keeps track of all of our leave for us. And they had to tie that into the payroll as well. And then from March to May, they're having to implement the new county payroll system itself. So this group of classified staff members have worked so hard, and yet we have got all of our paychecks on time. Everything has balanced out. We were able to, this month, run all of the numbers. They balanced them. They made everything work so that Rialto could submit authorization to the county on time to roll into the brand new payroll system on May the 12th. So to quote their supervisor, Moira Borgia, she says, "I am so proud of my ladies who have worked so hard this past year on all of our projects. They are dedicated, hardworking employees who care so much about their job and meeting all of their deadlines." So CSEA and all of our membership thank these fine classified employees for their hard work and dedication, and we ask that every time you get a paycheck, you think to say thank you to them too. My second department that deserves a lot of kudos is the transportation department. This is a very difficult department of classified staff, most of which are all part-timers, meaning that they work 4 hours or slightly higher. We have some that work 7 3/4, but they fluctuate in their hours. They make all of their money by doing all of the extra trips for this district. They are grossly understaffed, I do have to say, and they have one of the largest responsibilities next to payroll in that they get all of our students to school. They get them to the field trips. They get them to the educational study programs that they go to. And the drivers don't want routes contracted out because every extra trip puts extra money in their pocket, and that's how they get paid. So I'm not sure that most of you know this, and so I wanted to share with you that this time of year is the absolute busiest in transportation, and that the drivers realize that they are shorthanded, and they also realize that every trip contracted costs the district money, and it means less money to them. And so this group of classified staff members always pulls together. and they will do double runs, they will do double routes. They will do all kinds of things to make sure that they can accommodate the students of this district. And I just want you to know that they put in very long days, and they start as early as 5:30 in the morning, and sometimes they're out till 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock at night. And so they have to have their buses ready every day, make sure that everything is safe. And I just want you to know that I really think that with everything that's done, they average between 16 to 25 additional trips daily sometimes. And that lately they have only been having to contract out 1 to 2 trips maybe a day. So that says to me that they are a bunch of team playing people that work together to make sure our students can get everything that this district offers to them. And to them, I want to say thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Silva. Next, do we have anyone from Communication Workers of America here tonight that would like to address the board?
And good evening, everyone. I'm Ms. Estruck, and I'd just like to say that we're looking forward to the rest of the school year and our negotiations. And everyone have a good night.
Thank you. Next, do we have anyone from Rialto School Managers Association here tonight?
We're here. Rialto School Manager, we're here. To the board, to Mr. Islam, Interim Superintendent, to Cabinet. I'm here to announce that I'm so proud of our SMA. We basically this year were able to double the amount of scholarship, the amount of the scholarship. Last year, we were able to give $250 to our high school graduates. This year, we're able to give $500. So we're not like REA yet, but I'm gonna give the challenge to our managers that we basically come up with a little bit more funds next school year. So that's a challenge for us. But I'm so proud that we're able to give scholarships of $500 to each of the high schools. So next week, or within the next 2 weeks, we'll be able to award the students. I'm excited about looking at their portfolios with some of our board members. So so the challenge is there. So I'll be challenging our management team. So thank you, and I'll have a good night.
Thank you. Next, we go on to public hearing, item D. And could I get a motion to open public hearing?
So moved.
Second.
Thank you. Vote by board members.
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any person wishing to speak on the item on the public hearing agenda will be granted 3 minutes. Item 1, public hearing pursuant to the requirements of government code and board policy, the attached initial 2015 through 2016 proposal submitted by the Rialto Unified School District for an agreement between Rialto Unified School District, the Board of Education, and California School Employees Association, Chapter 203 is hereby posted in compliance with the legislative requirements for public notice. Is there any person wishing to speak on the first item? Hearing none, we'll go on to item 2. Public hearing, adopt resolution number 14-15-71, making findings on energy savings and determining other matters in connection with energy service agreements. Do we have anyone here publicly tonight that would like to comment on item 2 under open public hearing? Hearing none, do we have a motion to close public hearing?
So moved.
Second.
Thank you, Ms. O'Kelly. Thank you, Mr. Martinez. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Next, we go on to consent calendar items. All items on the consent calendar will be acted upon in one motion unless pulled by Board of Education members or the interim superintendent for individual action. So, can we get a motion to approve consent calendar items E through J?
I'll make that motion.
Thank you, Mr. Martinez. Do we have a second?
But I have some polls.
Thank you, Ms. O'Kelly. Go ahead.
G6 and H6.
G6 and H6. Do we have any other polls?
I have comment on H8.
H. Okay, so can I get a motion to approve all items on the consent calendar E through J with the exception of G6, H6, and H8?
So moved. Second.
Thank you, Ms. Walker, and thank you, Mr. Ayala. Preferential vote by student board member.
Aye.
Thank you, Maricel. Vote by board members.
Aye.
Aye. Was that 5-0?
Yes. Yes.
All right. Actually, it was 6-0. So we'll go on to item G6. We'll begin with G6.
Yes, I'm a little confused. This item states that we had a district-wide contract with the Orange County Department of Education from September 1st, 2014 through August 31st, 2015. It also states that we just received the contract from them in April 2015. Does this mean that we have received no services from them at all this year? If so, what happened? And if we ratify this now, what services can they possibly provide with only a few weeks of school left?
I'd like to refer to Jasmine. Please respond to the concerns.
This is a contract with the Orange County Department of Education, and we've had one school who has taken advantage. What happened is there's two contracts, and when we received the second one, it was somewhat confusing because one contract is for Inside the Outdoors and one is for the field program. And in order for the county to pay for the one school who took advantage of going to the field program, it needs to be board approved. So what I have requested is that the Orange County Department of Education please send the contract a lot sooner this year, starting August, as you see, so that we won't have any ratifications.
So we didn't have a legitimate contract with them because we hadn't received it back from them? Is that what you're saying?
Not for the field program. We have Inside the Outdoors, which the board approved a few.
Which is assemblies?
Yes.
Okay.
And
All
this is for them to actually attend the field program.
Okay, I understand. Thank you.
Any other discussion or questions regarding item G6? Do we have a motion to approve item G6?
So moved.
Second.
Thank you. Do we have a preferential vote by student board member?
Aye.
Vote by board members?
Aye.
Motion carries. Next, we'll go on to H6, item H6. And Ms. O'Kelly, you had some discussion for?
Yes, well, as Mr. Silva had stated, I had the same concern is why is there this change that we had a not to exceed amount on the contract. Now we are being asked to exceed that amount by another $11,000. And who decided to build this wall, and why wasn't that in the original scope, and why are we always ratifying and amending these contracts?
I'd like to invite our Director of Facilities to respond to your concerns. Iris Chu, please.
Board President, Mr. Montes,
Good evening.
Mr. Islam, and all the respectable board members. I'd like to take this opportunity and thank you for giving me time to explain the reason for this change order to the testing lab services, testing lab and special inspection services as required by Division of State Architects. The retaining wall wasn't shown in the DSA approved plan. It was missed. And the retaining wall is right where the sidewalk along the Meridian Street and the building area, the courtyard, the playground area in front of the building. And there was a great level differences. So it caused during the construction, they realized the need for the retaining wall in order to support a switchboard and equipment pad right on top of the next to the retaining wall. So it was called for a need to call for this retaining wall of 40 feet long and 6 feet tall. And so along with it, the requirement to provide inspection and digging and laying the subdrains alongside the interior side of retaining wall, and also the necessary material testing like the concrete and rebars. And that's one cause of this change order. The other is that the project in Kelly Elementary School called for stone veneer, and the stone was selected as an irregular shaped stone with this pattern, and instead of a very linear, regular type of stone layment, they have to use the continuous inspection to make sure that all the stone being properly anchored. And
who selected the stone?
The architect select the stone.
Well, the architect doesn't have to pay the extra money now, does he? I mean, seriously, if it isn't something that works, all we need is something attractive. We don't need to get crazy with it. This is Measure Y money, and we have a lot of work to do with Measure Y money, and I do not want to keep reapproving or ratifying these contracts with the contractors because of add-ons or things that were missed or whatever. I expect them to know their jobs, and I expect them to come up with a proper estimate to begin with.
I'm in agreement with you.
Thank you.
The thing happened, and the design was done like 2-3 years ago, and it was put on hold because we didn't get the state funding until when last year the state funding came through. We start the project immediately, and the question was asked why we use irregular shaped stone veneer, and the answer was they tried to match the existing stone, but existing stone was a little more rectangular, linear shaped. They couldn't find the same thing, so they find as much as possible something close to the color and texture.
Well, it just seems like that's not fiscally sound. When you have a difficult shape to work with, that is just going to be added expense.
Yes.
And they could have gone for contrasting color or anything else that still would have looked good and, you know, been a different shape, but
it wasn't questions during the design. But so anyway, the project now is almost 95% completed, and we are dealing with this little changes here and there, and this one, fortunately, it called for amount change to this consultant, and this consultant we have been using this firm for many years in many of the
I know
projects.
the name, so
And
I know.
They are consultant with integrity, so we do not think they will.
But tell them the board's very concerned with integrity also. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Any more questions or discussion on item H6?
Move to approve H6.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Thank you. Preferential vote by student board member.
Aye.
Thank you. Board member vote, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Last but not least, we go to H8, and I believe Mr. Martinez had a comment regarding H8.
Yes, thank you, President Montez. I'm not sure that the community realizes how important reading is. The foundation of learning is being able to read and understand, whether it is math or any other topic. You have to be able to read the text to understand, to comprehend. So as parents whether you can read well or not read well, the number one gift you can give to your child or your young scholar is to teach them to read. And if you can't read well, model reading. If you fall asleep on the sofa, fall asleep with a book open so they think you're reading. The modeling, I cannot get that point across strongly enough. Young people need good role models, and there's no better role model than parents or guardians. Thank you, President Montez.
You're welcome. Thank you, Mr. Martinez. So with that, do we have a motion to approve item H8?
So moved.
Second.
Thank you. Preferential vote by student board member?
Aye.
Thank you. Board member vote?
Aye.
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 Aye. And that motion carries on a 4-5 and 1 abstention or absence on that vote.
Oh.
Ms. Williams, you got that?
Yes. Yes.
All right. Next, we go to discussion action items. And first, we have item K1, adopt a resolution number 14-15-71, making findings of energy savings and determining other matters in connection with energy service agreements. Do we have a motion to approve item K1?
So moved with discussion.
Thank you, Mr. Martinez. Do we have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Ayala. Mr. Martinez, take it away.
All right, thank you, President Montez. This is mostly for public comment. It's been about at least 5 years since I've been pushing to bring in solar, and it finally got done thanks to Mohammed Islam, interim superintendent. Thank you. I noticed that in our version in the agenda, it's missing the maintenance agreement, so I'm sure that will be negotiated, or probably already is, but was an oversight. I know we've discussed it, so I'm just bringing this out so you can answer it for the public. Who will be responsible for the maintenance? It is in our notes in K1.15, that is Sun Edison. The one question that I've got, I know electronics go and go and go, but I noticed that there is a built-in model for degradation at 0.5% per year, or 10% over the 20-year life expectancy of the system. At what point of degradation will the replacement of panels, the solar panels, or the DC-AC inverter or regulator, commonly known as electronics, occur? Has that been discussed at all?
Let me answer your first concern. So, who is responsible maintaining the systems under the PPA? It's called Power Purchase Agreement. The Sun Edison will be fully responsible as part of the agreement. They are not only responsible to maintain the system and meeting the expected production of the energy, so district don't have to buy from Southern California Edison at a higher cost. If they don't meet the expected level, the Sun Edison will reimburse the district for the added cost. So the answer is they are responsible. This is 100% they're responsible not only maintain systems, running the systems at all time. So district don't take that's under the purchasing agreement. It's called PPA, Power Purchase Agreement. The term of the agreement is 20 years. That's the life of the solar system, and again. We have an option to extend the term if district choose to do that, or we have an option to buy at that time the present value of the system at that time. Second item I'll refer to someone is here tonight, I think from Sun Edison, Mr. Nathan Butler. He's the manager from the company. I'd like to introduce Mr. Butler to answer to the board concerns on the next item. I know it's more technical for me.
Absolutely. Board members, interim superintendent, community. Answer to your question about degradation. We do expect a degradation, natural degradation of the panels over time due to weather and natural aging. There's a 25-year warranty with every panel. So if a panel experiences more degradation or unexpected, something goes wrong, it's under warranty. If it's not under warranty, again, under the terms of the power purchase agreement, it's SunEdison's responsibility to fix it. Our expected useful life of this solar system is approximately 30 years. So we expect it to last the 20 years of the initial term and beyond, and that's why we have the options to extend the contract. Okay. As far as inverters, inverters typically last 10 years or so. As part of our pricing, as part of our operations and maintenance responsibilities, again, we are responsible for replacing inverters if something goes wrong. To your question about economics and when will it become economically viable, we don't know. The way we've set up our pricing and the way we've set up the contract is that the expected income from the system that we're going to get is going to cover what it costs today. In the future, down the road, if there's a breakthrough in technology where it's more advantageous, then we might bring up the possibility of maybe we should change out some technologies. We don't expect that. We expect the solar systems to be put in place and to operate for 20 years. That's our expectation.
What if the technology becomes extremely cheaper?
The way the power purchase agreement is set up is we're going to give you a guaranteed rate for 20 years, and it's a flat rate. So what we're going to charge you today is what we're going to charge you in 20 years. So that gives you that natural hedge against rising electricity rates from Southern California Edison. If there's some, like you say, breakthrough, something that happens in the future, we've already spent the money to put in what we have, and so the contract protects us against that. And so the way the contract is written, you're required to buy power if we deliver it. If something happens in the future, whatever that is, we're here for the long haul. We're not selling this project to a financier. We're going to be the ones owning it. And when you pick up the phone, SunEdison's going to answer the phone. So I think if something happens down the road, we sit down and see what we can do about it. As written, the contract says, if we deliver power, you pay for it.
Question. Mr. Butler, this is just a technical question, and just for the benefit maybe of learning more about solar systems. Lithium-ion batteries, is there an advantage to switching over to those batteries versus the typical batteries that we have now, the lead acid?
Sure. So currently with this project, we don't have battery storage with it. We only have the solar system. So we're not storing any of the energy. All of the energy produced will be consumed by the school site or will be delivered onto the grid, and the school district will receive compensation. It's called net energy metering. You'll be credited back on your bill for any power that you send to the grid. The way the rate structure is set up, you are allowed to switch to a different tariff if you put in solar right now. It's called option R. That has essentially the same effect as storage. It really gives significant savings. If for some reason that is a limited program, however, and if we miss that, or if we're not eligible and we get there and it's full, we can switch to still we'll look at the best tariff, and at that point we can look at it and say, you know what, now storage makes sense. With option R, storage is not economic at this point. It does not have a huge benefit. Right now the benefit is with the solar.
And our personnel will be trained or given maybe some kind of give them some knowledge as to the benefit of using these options, option R?
Absolutely. So we will, how it's set up is once we install a system, we have a brief training, because again, we're going to be doing all the operations and maintenance, so we're not going to ask your staff to get in and learn how to operate it and keep it. We're going to be doing that, but we will give you training on what you're looking at. We have an online portal where you can log in and see what's going on with each system, and you can see how much money you're saving. You can see how much the systems are generating. We'll train you on that. We'll train you on basic billing. We'll train you on the basics of the tariffs that you're paying and what solar and how it's going to change that. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, let's go back to the beginning because I'm still confused as to who, are you giving this away for free? I mean, what is the initial cost to the district?
The initial cost to the district is zero.
So you're giving it away for free?
So we are selling you power. We are going to maintain ownership of the solar systems.
Okay.
So we will own, operate, maintain. We'll finance them. So we're coming up with the capital. As soon as we start delivering power to the district, you start paying us.
Right. So when I look at this chart, and there's a year one PPA cost, and then down below there's a year one net savings. That's the difference between what we would have been charged with Edison and what we're being charged with the PPA.
That's correct.
Okay. So year one, our savings are expected to be $262,000 on 3 schools.
Correct.
Okay. And what is, are we doing all 14 or?
So right now, we looked at 28 total sites. The first 3 were what the district had anticipated as being the first phase of a multi-year project.
Okay.
So we've got the first 3 that we're going to sign immediately. Carter High School, Simpson, and Rialto Middle School.
Okay.
The other 25, we are encouraging and recommending that we sit down with the district and go over those and sign as many of those as we can soon. Within the next 30 days is my recommendation.
Some of our schools are very old. Would the roofs even support solar?
The good news is we're going to stay off the roof. We're going to be in the parking lot. It's going to be covered parking.
It's a shade structure. It's not on the roof.
Solar shading.
Okay, then my next question is this. What about vandalism?
Vandalism is our responsibility. It's covered by our insurance policy.
Okay.
But if I can briefly finish my point on timing, there are deadlines coming up for, like I said, net energy metering is going to change. Option R is going to go away fairly soon, and the investment tax credit, which we use to subsidize the cost to the district, is going to expire. So there's time pressure to move forward,
right.
Whereas it would be nice to put in a few and then wait and see how they work and then put in some more. We don't have that luxury right now. So that's why I'm recommending, and I'm working with Mr. Islam and Iris to figure out which sites should we do, and let's get them, and let's go ahead and do them.
And you're saying that there won't be the possibility of us winding up paying Edison and you, right?
You will still have a bill to Edison. The combined bill will be less than what you're currently paying Edison.
How much less?
The $262,000 in year one. And we're a flat rate, and so as Edison goes up, we stay the same, so those savings grow in subsequent years.
And that number reflect only 3 beginning of 3 schools: Carter, Simpson, and Rialto Middle School. The goal is, we like to do as many as we can. And the key elements, as you heard from Mr. Butler saying, the federal tax credit is going to expire at the end of next year. So ideally, I will recommend the board, let's wait, let's get 3 of them done. Let's see the results, to make sure it's meeting our expectation.
Right.
Because of time pressure, as you heard from Mr. Butler, because if we don't do it, then they will not be able to implement or build that project. It will cost us more money.
What does the tax credit amount to?
Tax credit is 30%. And at the end of next year, it lowers to 10%. So essentially, any system that's not fully operational by December of next year, on January 1st, it gets 20% more expensive.
Oh, okay.
So it will not be, at the end of the day, what we're looking for, it will not be no cost to districts. If we defer some of the school side, putting solar, if you wait until a year from, say, 2017, they will not be able to do at no cost. That they will come up with is you have to pay the cost of building that project.
Mr. Butler, got my curiosity again. The option R,
yes, sir.
Because I look at every time we save $40,000, we save a teacher's job. What are the benefits of taking option R? Because it's time sensitive.
It is time sensitive. We see option R adding an additional 10 to 30% savings
Wow.
These numbers include option R. So if we don't get option R, maybe I'll rephrase it, it's 10 to 30% less potential savings.
Okay.
Okay, so option R.
Yes.
President Montez. Okay. As you were talking, I thought of a couple other things. What about when a system goes down, in particular any of the electronics? Is there an emergency disconnect that automatically disconnects? Will our people be trained on how to disconnect it if there isn't? And I just want to make sure that it's not going to drain Edison and bring the school electricity down.
Sure, absolutely not. So how it will work is each inverter is where that controls are going to be, where the controls are going to be. They have safety features where if something goes wrong, the inverter trips off and it disconnects itself. We also have remote monitoring from, we call it our Renewable Operations Center in the Bay Area, where we monitor all of our systems worldwide. If something goes wrong and it's emergency, they have the ability remotely to shut a system down. Last line of defense, fail-safe, is on every inverter there's a switch. If something goes wrong and there's somebody there and it doesn't work, they can pull a switch and they can shut it off.
Okay, and that leads right into my next question, which is the safety. But you know, electricians, they know how to flip these switches.
Yeah.
And they know where they're at. So
And fire departments as well. Yep.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, sir.
Let's say we had the very likely possibility of 3 to 4 weeks of no sun because it was so cloudy and raining here in California all the time. And we didn't get any sun for the solar. So would our schools be without power, or does the Edison kick on then and we go with Edison?
Edison kicks on.
Okay.
So we're operating in parallel with the grid. And so your school doesn't know where the electron's coming from. It just knows it's electron.
Okay.
So it's either coming from the solar or it's coming from Edison, but it's coming in the same panel, essentially. So if we go down or if it's cloudy, then Edison goes up. If we come back on, then Edison goes back down.
Okay.
So you guys are one and the same though, right?
No, so we are 100% separate companies. We just share the name Edison. Sun Edison is us, Southern California Edison is them. We are not related at all.
Any more questions?
No, I think that's it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, and thank you, Mr. Islam.
You're welcome.
Did we call for a vote on that?
That is item K2. No? It's item K1. We have a we have a motion by Mr. Martinez and a second by Mr. Ayala. Vote by board members.
Aye.
Aye. Next.
4.
Right. Next, we go to item K2, approve entering into a solar power and services agreement with Sun Edison LLC to design, install, maintain, and operate solar photovoltaic systems on selected school sites and sell energy to the district. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Next, we have an item K3 to authorize 10 scholarship checks in the amount of $1,000 each to the recipients of the 2015 Rialto Unified School District Employee Recognition Scholarships. Do we have a motion to approve?
Move to approve.
Thank you, Ms. O'Kelly.
With gusto.
Yes. Second.
Thank you, Mr. Martinez. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion approves. Next, we go to K4, authorize a scholarship check in the amount of $2,000 for student board member Marisol Angolo.
Move to approve.
Thank you, Ms. O'Kelly.
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Ayala.
Thank you.
All in favor?
Aye. You can take us to dinner, Marisol.
No, you spend every penny on that.
Next, we go on to K5, authorize the scholarship checks in the amount of $1,000 each for the recipients of the 2015 Rialto Unified School District Superintendent Scholarships. Does the board authorize $1,000 each for the recipients of the 2015 RUSD Superintendent Scholarships?
How many of those scholarships are there?
I believe that 2 students per high school, and students being selected by principals, not based on the performance or the achievement, also based on the financial need.
Right.
So it not that we didn't select; it came from school selection.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, it's entirely principals.
Do we have a motion to approve item K5?
So moved.
Second.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Next, we go on to K6, approve the recommendations of the administrative hearing panel. Administrative hearing, case number 14-15-45, and stipulated case numbers 14-1556, 14-1555, 14-1554, 14-1552, 14-1550. Do we have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Thank you. Do we have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Martinez. All in favor?
Discussion.
Aye.
Aye.
Oh.
So I need to pull, I'm gonna vote, I'm not unanimously voting on all of them, so record number 141552, with the exception.
And I will also support Mrs. Walker's decision on that case number 14-1552. So with that, right,
Be a no.
on for that case number, and a yay for all of the rest, for everybody else also. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
So it's 5-0 on all of them except that one. It's 3-0.
Right.
Correct? Okay.
3-2.
I mean 3-2.
Right. Next, we go to L, comments from the interim superintendent. Take it away, Mr. Islam.
Thank you, President Montez. I got a number of things I'd like to share with the board and the community and the staff. There's a good news. Our Rialto High School received 6-year accreditations. Perhaps you know, this is a record break. Normally, school received 3 years, sometimes 5. I give a command to our principals and staff, everybody engaged. This is unheard of. I think we all should be proud of it, that our Rialto High School received. We get a letter, confirmations. Their accreditation goes to 2021. I don't know, the principals is here, any staff members here, I'd like to recognize them if they're here and honor them if they're still here.
Mr. Islam, if I might add, though, the other schools got 6 years too. It's just a matter of Rialto High got the 1-year revisit. So.
Okay, thank you for correcting me. It seems like they're not around, so this is a great. Mr. Ayala,
Yes.
would you mind say something? No, I thank you under your leadership.
Good evening, Board, Mr. Islam, Cabinet, Marisol, and community. Thank you. At this time, I'd like to give special kudos to our co-WAS coordinators, Mr. Adan Espinosa, Ms. Jennifer Johnston, our teachers, our classified staff, our parents, and most importantly, our students. In addition to that, I also want to recognize and thank certain offices here at the district level. Beginning with our M&O department. One of the comments was that our school looked really good and presentable. So I want to thank, I saw Bill Ralph here. So I want to thank our M&O department, our education department as well. Dr. D'Souza, thank you for your support. Our personnel office as well. This was an inclusive effort, and when we shine, when Rialto High School shines, we all shine. So on behalf of every stakeholder, thank you.
Thank you. The next items, just to remind all of us that this is National Teacher Appreciation Week. I would like to thank all RUSD teachers for their dedication to the students of Rialto. Again, this is a recognition for our teachers, the job they do every day. The next items, we had elementary STEM bowl at Jehu Middle School last night. I want to thank you, Mr. Martinez, being with us. It was a huge success. You can see our young scientists, engineers, their excitement. Tomorrow we have a middle school scheduled tomorrow at the Jehu Middle School, beginning at 5. I will welcome board members if you could make it. Please, this is, you can see the excitement from our students. Their recognitions, getting the award, you know, it's incredible. You'll be excited seeing their excitement. Next items I'd like to remind, excuse me, all of us, we honor our own. The event is scheduled Friday, this Friday, May 9th, at the National Orange Show. I hope to see you all. I know most of you already paid to be there. I know this is a great event. Recognize our retiree and all the employees serve our community, our children of the districts. This is a great event. I look forward to be there, and I hope to see you all. Next items, we should be proud of it. We just received the California Department of Education release the graduation rate. Rialto Unified School District's fiscal school year 2012-2013, it was 80% our graduation rate. 13-14 is increased to 80.8, so it's gone up. We should be proud of it, and it's going to continue to go up.
That's right.
So we should be proud of it. Everyone should get credit for this, and not only our teachers, staff, classified, administration, everyone. And I thank board, your leadership, leading to our districts. We're shining every day. We're not going, we're looking forward. And 80%, I look forward to see 90%, 98%. I think we'll get there. That's our goal. Next, also, our dropout rate. This is from the State Department released this information. It's not Rialto Unified School District record. It's the state record. Our dropout rate school year 12-13 was 11.3%. School year 13-14 is 10%. Went down. So we should be proud of our students. They're in school and they're learning, and that's a good sign. You know, I'm proud of it, and I think we all should be proud of how we're moving forward with our students and our graduation rate. We want to continue to see we're going up and our dropout going down. So with that, I want to thank you, board, your support, everything we do. Without your support and leadership, we could not achieve what we're achieving, our student achievement, our district achievement, and we'll continue to move on right directions. And thank you for your support and leadership. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Islam. Let's give Mr. Islam a round of applause. Next, we go to comments from members of the Board of Education, and we'll begin with our very own student board member.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. I would first like to congratulate once again all the teachers recognized for Teacher of the Year. I actually had Ms. Valero freshman year, and it's well deserved. I also would like to thank all the teachers for their dedication, like Mr. Islam said, to the school, to the students. And for AP testing, I would like to thank Mr. Islam and the board and everyone involved into making it free this year. Just thank you so much. And I would just to thank for the scholarships, like thank you so much. I am so thankful, so grateful, thank you. And I hope everyone drives home safe tonight and have a great week. Thank you.
Thank you, Marissa. Next, we go to our board member, Mr. Joe Martinez.
Thank you, President Montez. I am so grateful to our students, to our staff, for making Rialto Unified School District shine. To our parents, maybe they are falling asleep with the reading book open. we've got the valedictorians and salutatorians, and I can't help but notice, just like last night, STEM program, we only have one male in the Val cells, and the ladies are shining in Rialto Unified School District.
Yay.
Come on. Let's hear it. Absolutely.
Estrogen power.
It's got a balance, right? I encouraged last night's parents that if the girls show up, the boys will follow. And so we're heading in the right direction that way. Last night at the STEM Bowl, which I loved, it's our 5th one. I want to thank our staff for having it. It's the same faces. They're always there. I can always count on them. Dr. D'Souza, you're in the room. Interim Superintendent Islam, you were there. A parent came up to me and said, my student is still in elementary school but is going to Rialto Middle School next year. And she wants to know, when will the robotics come in? And I said, we've had it, and it's somewhere around February or March. I can't remember. And I said, look online. And it's getting around. Word is getting out there. And the students are clamoring for it now. So all the work that our staff has done, all my nagging to bring it in, I remember the robotics program. Thank you, Ms. Valenzuela. All those calls, when will we have it? Thank you so much. Give you credit for that. It's a program that the students love. And Rod Campbell for bringing that in. And boy, again, February or March. Tom Halderson, one of your first events was STEM robotics judging. The parents were so proud of their students, always are. But last night it's different than any other event because we're talking about kids who've got their muse happens to be their inner nerd. and I happen to be one of them, so I understand them. So I know our school kids, our young scholars are headed in the right direction. All we have to do is provide the resource. President Montez.
Thank you, Mr. Martinez. Next we go to Mr. Ayala.
Well, thank you, President Montez. Good evening, staff and community. I'd like to start with talking about our students. And, you know, I hear that AP testing is in May, and that is important. It definitely gives a head start to a lot of kids and points them in the right direction. Let's not forget the other testing. You got the SAT. A lot of kids sometimes say, I don't have to take it till I'm a senior. It's probably ill-advised to wait that long. You're better off to take it as a junior. And if you don't do very well, you know, take it again. Get that score up a little higher. But if you wait too long, then it puts more pressure on you. And go out and get that booklet. Study it and read it with your friends and play games with it. But take it serious. This is your future. And you have that PSAT. Remember, these are the scores that they look at for college entrance exams. But also keep in mind that if you have a high grade point average, your test scores don't need to be as high. So how do you get that high grade point average? Going back to the AP testing, they go hand in hand. But you also have another component because there are a lot of kids that are applying for these colleges and scholarships and extracurricular activities. When you can say that you've done something extra to help your community, that goes a long, long ways. And here's testament here to my right. Girls, talking about girl achievement. Wasn't too long ago that we used to play high pitch, very slow, and the girls used to play softball. That's no longer the way they play softball anymore. Let me tell you, those girls are playing fast pitch. If you haven't seen a game recently, you're missing it. As an example, over Rialto High School right now, and I'm just using them as an example, the girls are 12-0. But there's a reason why they're 12-0, because they're good. They're sliding into the bases. They're not making very many errors. And they're knocking them over the fences. I mean, this is incredible. It's incredible. So I think the next game, if they win, you know, they're going to win their division. So, when you see the smiles on their faces and how proud they are and their parents, it's just another testament to, you know, finding ways to help our kids find success. And you already see from the State Department that we're moving in the right direction. Graduation rates are going up and the dropout rates are going down. But we've also heard from some of our community that, you know, we still have to do a little more. We have Think Together, and, you know, we need to think of all our kids. And I think with the testimony that we heard tonight, that's another move in the right direction. And I want to thank the community for coming and sharing their thoughts and making our jobs actually a lot easier. And one last comment in closing, that, you know, we believe in open communication. And when you hear something that's offensive from somebody, just remember it's that communication that we need to move forward. And let's do it without retaliation. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Martinez. Next, we go to Board Clerk. Board Clerk, Ms. Walker.
Oh. I'm laughing at that girl. I'm like, oh, okay.
Comedy hour.
Yeah, that's like, you're right. I'd just like to first thank the parents and the teachers and everyone who came out to support an after-school opportunity that we provide for our students. It's not easy to sometimes speak out against what seems to be a moving tide. And so thank you for the parents that actually supported their students who came out, for the teachers, the administrators who supported their students to make sure that their students do have a great opportunity after school for educational enrichment, and whatever that may be and in whatever form that takes on for this next school year. Just to reiterate what President Montez said, is that by no means are we looking at removing the program at all from the schools. We are investigating and looking at other opportunities, yes, but that opportunity for students to be there will always be there for this next year. So again, rest assured, we know. I'm a parent as well. And well, some of the other parents or and their grandparents recognize and value the fact that even though school may get out at 1:50 or 2:30 or even 3 o'clock, that oftentimes there is no one there to pick your kids up. Of course, we're still working or doing whatever that is. So it provides a great opportunity to support our students' education. So that was the first thing. Second thing is I was able to go into last board meeting. One of our community members got up and asked our board to participate in what they had, a youth kickback. And so, you know, I work with high school students normally, and the kickback that I know that they do, I'm like, oh, wow, we don't need to support that. But this community agency, or excuse me, organization, which is the Rialto Community Coalition, got together with some other community-based organizations and held this kickback at Bob Murphy School this past weekend. And it was a great event. There were parents there, there were students there, there were other community organizations who participated. I know some of the board members made contributions to the day. And I was able to be there just to speak on behalf of, to say a welcome from our district. But it was a great opportunity to look and see what we do when we partner with other organizations to bring students opportunities. The students and the parents that were there were from all over, but a lot of them were for Rialto, because I did a shout out and asked who's here from Rialto, and not only students but parents, so old Eagles, you know, some bald Eagles, you know. So, but,
it's an old school.
Right. But so just to say that's a great opportunity, and so that we look forward to always partnering to give our students some other, you know, opportunities. It was an event to make sure that students were aware of and stay away from drugs and alcohol, as well as predatory practices on the internet. We learned so much, and it was a family event. So again, thank you for everybody who participated in that, and we encourage those kinds of partnerships. Lastly, I'd like to say on the college thing, because that is actually my forte, and you know, everything that's close to my heart, because I know that with post-secondary education, it opens up doors and opportunities for everyone. It's the most the denominator that will affect your success in your life and your quality of life over everything else. So it's very key that we make sure that we provide opportunities for our young people. So Ms. Angulo, I know you're getting closer and closer to that step. Thank you for your journey and staying with us until the end. So don't miss any board meetings until, you know. But I was able to participate in the Freshman Experience Day at San Bernardino Valley College a week and a half ago, and schools in the community college district, so that would include our district, San Bernardino, Colton, and a couple other schools came out to experience Valley College, and not just with the intent that kids who want to go on to a 4-year, but they really gave, they did actually hands-on activities and departmental exploration. So all those vocational technical programs that Valley College offers that we never hear about, and so we have kids going to like UEI or Summit College and spending $20,000, but they actually went there and were able to participate. And so I went and checked in on all of our schools, on Rialto, Eisenhower, Carter, and as well as, surprisingly, Myler brought a group. So I actually took pictures, and there was a group of about 12 boys. And so when I'm like, Myler, yeah, I do the picture, and of course they're all throwing all the signs and doing, I was like, okay, calm down. So, but I do want to share that picture because it was very exciting to see that we had full district participation from our high schools, but to also reiterate that partnership with our community college district and the opportunity, because the majority of our students will not have currently do not and will not have the opportunity to pursue a 4-year education off the bat. So they will not, in August or in September, they will not enroll in a 4-year university. Their closest option will be the community college level, and we've got to make sure that we inform them and support them, because what I did find out was the majority of students that I talked to from Carter High School and Myler had not done their financial aid. While community college is very cheap, they still need money to pay for college. It is not free, and books are certainly not free. So we want to just encourage them not only to apply to the schools and go, but also to submit their financial aid forms, their FAFSA, to make sure they have the money to actually go. Because thoughts and plans, you can get accepted, all day long, right? But if you don't have the money to pay for college, it is not a reality. So I just want to hammer that home, and then again, just to say thank you for everybody who participated, those teachers who actually went out and stayed the day with the young people as well. And then as we grow and look forward to what we want to do for our own students, really keep that eye on all of our students, because every student deserves that opportunity, and even students at Myler. So again, I was exceptionally excited to make sure that we had full representation from our district. Thank you and have a good night.
Thank you, Ms. Walker. Next, we go on to our very own Vice President, Ms. Nancy O'Kelly.
Well, good evening. Thank you for staying late again. We have gone later. I want to welcome everybody here tonight, and we're always so happy to see you. And I want to thank the parents who came out and really voiced their concerns tonight. I was a working mother. I depended from the time my kids were babies on babysitters or daycare. And I know the value and the feeling of having your kids somewhere that you totally trust and somewhere that good things are happening. So I appreciate all of their input, and we will be talking about this later, but it was very rewarding to hear. I have a really exciting announcement to read. I'm a member of the Rialto Women's Club, and there was a presentation today by military veteran and community leader Max Tidler. Mr. Tidler is working to build the first ever Veterans Memorial, which will be placed at the Rialto Cemetery, where 300 of our war heroes are buried. Although the Veterans Memorial Wall will be introduced officially on a Memorial Day, I am very excited to share the news that the superb artwork that was chosen for the Veterans War Memorial was painted by 3 outstanding Carter High School students. And yes, let's give them a hand. It's absolutely beautiful, and in a future board meeting, I will bring the painting to share with our audience and viewer. Kudos and congratulations to these young student artists whose names will now be a part of RUSD and City of Rialto history. I think that's wonderful. I have had a very busy time the last few weeks. I attended the Z-Ray celebration for our middle and high school students who achieved academic excellence. This year, Z-Ray stands for Zetas Representing All Youth. They host an annual luncheon to honor the students' success. In addition, I attended the BITSA induction. That is for our first and second year teachers to program they need to complete in order to achieve their clear teaching credential. And it's a really great event where the teachers, the young new teachers, get up and talk about their journey so far through education and what they've learned and what has helped them shape their future and whatever. So that was another very enjoyable event. The district art fair is always impressive. They fill up the West Wing down there with just beautiful artwork. And I attended the art fair awards to honor the student winners. And I tell you what, there were pieces of art in there I would have paid big bucks for if I had big bucks. So we're already discussing the idea of an art fair with art for sale too, because so these students can get recognized. Beautiful, beautiful work. The parent center hosted a public school volunteers appreciation celebration, which recognized our numerous parent volunteers for their service to our district. They work so hard and give so freely of their time, and I hope they know how much we value them and their participation. It makes everybody's job easier. And I visited Eisenhower High School and Rialto High School, spent time at both high schools, and got to see firsthand the amazing things that are going on in our classrooms, and left there very fulfilled and very, very impressed. And as a former teacher, I want to stress this is Teacher Appreciation Week, and teachers are the heart of education. They are the ones who work most closely with the children. And it's not always an easy job. So I want all of the teachers to know how much they are appreciated by everyone in this district. And the impact that they have on student lives lasts forever. So thank you so much for everything that you do. We can't thank you enough. And thank you.
Thank you, Ms. O'Kelly. Well, good evening, everybody. Buenas noches. I just, I don't have a whole lot. I just want to, again, repeat what I had stated earlier, and Ms. Walker also confirmed it, and I don't believe there's anybody on this board that disagrees. We want to keep our after-school program for as long as we can keep it, whether it's in-house through the district, whether it's through a partnership with the city, or whether it's through a for-profit consultant. Regardless, we want the after-school program for our students and for the children of this community. Nobody wants to get away, nobody wants to get rid of it, no one's trying to demolish it, nobody's trying to cut corners and save money by getting rid of the program, nothing like that. The majority of the program, we want special ed to be included in the after-school program. The majority of the program is funded through a grant that is awarded to the district. And as long as the district does its part in making sure that we apply on time and follow the requirements set forth in the grant, we will hopefully continue to get that grant as long as it's available. But even when that grant is no longer available, we will do everything we can to find ways to pay for the after-school program. The other thing I wanted to say was one of the parents came forward with concerns regarding special education, the program, the department. It's been an ongoing thing for us to know that we have a lot of work to do. We do want to recognize those individuals in the department. We know there are many people in the special education program at the school sites and at the district level that are doing really good things and that are working with parents and students and trying to do the best that they can given the limited resources that they have, and given the all of the challenges that they themselves are facing as a department and in working with the district and trying to improve the program. But your concerns are not falling on deaf ears. We understand we've got a lot of work to do. We're trying as best that we can. All this board can do is continue to give our leadership here, our administration leadership, direction to please continue to work with the parents, continue to work with the students, find ways to improve the program, find ways to better the services. But we can yell and scream at a blade of grass all day, and it's not going to grow just because we're screaming and yelling at it. It's going to grow on its own, you know, and it needs nurturing, it needs care, and we're trying to provide that care as a board. We're not washing our hands. We're not pushing blame on anybody. It's well been stated here. It's publicly known through various audits and findings that our program needs a lot of work, needs a lot of help. We're proud of the good people in the department and in the program who are doing the best that they can to improve it. But we're not passing the buck. We know we've got a lot of work to do, and we appreciate and just hope that you can be patient and also continue to work with us to improve our special education program and our services. So feel free to continue to voice your opinions and voice your concerns with us and share them with us, and we'll continue to do the best that we can and hope that we really start getting on the ball with that. So thank you. The other thing I wanted to mention was not just myself, but various board members have stated in the past that we want to hear when our students are doing good things. We want to hear when our staff and our people are doing good things. A lot of good things going on at different schools. A lot of students at different grade levels are doing good things. And Mr. Lázaro Serna, a.k.a. Laz Serna, took me up on that and sent the board a quick story about a student, a fifth grade student who was recognized, fifth grade student, Alexa Sanchez from Garcia Elementary won an award at the Latino Book and Family Festival recently held at Cal State San Bernardino. So we want to congratulate her and her family. It's my understanding it was a very nice event held at Cal State San Bernardino, and maybe there's something we can do to partner with Cal State San Bernardino like other neighboring school districts do to help those types of events for our students and their families. The other thing I wanted to also announce was Henry Elementary is going to be having Henry Vapa, Visual Arts and Performing, is going to be having a Jazz Through the Ages event at Henry Elementary May 14th, 2015. The Jazz Through the Ages musical showcase is going to be their second annual, and it will be held on Thursday, May 14th from 5:30 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. in the Rialto High School Theater. For more information, please contact Henry Elementary School, and everybody could find their phone number on the website. But we want to make sure we support our visual and performing arts program there at Henry Elementary. It's our magnet school for.
And it's a wonderful event. Unfortunately, it's also the same night as the Rialto High School Senior Awards night. So some of us will be attending that.
We can't make it to everything, but some of us can make it to some things. And I also brings me to my next point. I couldn't attend the event last Saturday at the Bob Hope there for the kickback for the community, but I had a wedding to attend, so I want to congratulate my sister-in-law Gracie, her and her new husband Daniel Flores, and hopefully it'll be her only husband. Nowadays, sometimes people get married more than once, and that's okay. But I want to congratulate them and just thank them for making that union. And it was a very, very happy event on Saturday. And I'm sorry I couldn't attend some of the other events that day. The other thing I wanted to just speak about really quick was the Parent Volunteers Awards. It was brought to my attention that some parents were not invited, but yet they were recognized. So maybe there was a miscommunication in the somewhere along the lines regarding the parents that were supposed to be recognized, who were recognized but were not informed of the event for whatever reason. So maybe for those few parents, maybe at the next board meeting or the following, we can, present them their award here, so they have that opportunity to have that recognition. And that brings it to a close for me. And for the people that are gonna go to the May 8th, We Honor Our Own, we look forward to seeing you there. Almost all the board members usually go. We hope that Ms. Walker can join us this year, first event, and maybe even our student board member, who knows, but it's a wonderful event. We try to go every year, and it's a beautiful way really to spend some time with our staff here. Believe it or not, the district does not revolve around us. Every year people come up to me and think I'm James Ramos or somebody else, and they don't know we're board members sometimes. So it's good to get out there, shake hands, and introduce ourselves. So with that, good night and good evening and good night and buenas noches. Oh, wait. I'm sorry. We have a student board member that will adjourn, and then also for the board, we just need 5 minutes to finish one closed session agenda item. So with that, do we have a motion to adjourn this meeting by student board member?
Aye.
Thank you, Marisol. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, and we will go back into closed session.
Okay.
Hold on one minute.
Porque andamos reclamando, porque andamos pidiendo los derechos. Los
We need to
derechos
get
de
everybody back out here.
Sí.
We got to close, don't we? They left?
Good night, Abel and Angel, Quetzal, good night.
We almost escaped.
I'm telling my family good night in case I get home really late. No, I'm just joking.
We have a quorum.
Yeah.
Okay. Do we have anything to report?
None.
Do we have a motion to adjourn?
So move.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Closed session is adjourned.
Even a